In this year's Easter Egg Hunter special, together we will overlook some of the greatest mini eggs, some of the largest eggs, some of the Easter eggs that are simply tough to crack, and some of the Easter eggs that are just simply too irresistible to have laying about and should be devoured. Happy Easter, friends, as this is 10 of the greatest video game Easter eggs on the Easter Egg Hunter. Welcome everyone to the home of finding sweet chocolate Easter eggs within our video games. Well, okay, perhaps not chocolate ones, but it's as good as having and finding the real thing, but just on a different level, as this is the Easter Egg Hunter. Number 1. Lurking right at the end of World 1's third level of Canopy Chaos of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is indeed a secret exit. In order to proceed to it, you require Cranky Kong as a sidekick so that together you can pogo upwards with the use of his walking cane. After beaming through the special warp and completing the level, you'll now be able to take on World 1B of Busted Bayou and first silhouette level of the game. From the off, simply deal with the sour dodos that roam, collect the usual bananas and coins, but ultimately keep your focus on the stage's backdrop as several plane wrecks litter the tree line, and roughly 20 seconds in you can spot what looks to be a sea container, and to the left of that, well, Samus Aran's gunship secretly nestles in amongst the branches. Number 2. Around about midway into GTA San Andreas, you can undertake a mission known as the Black Project that leads on to discover a $60 million project, and I won't spoil what it is if you haven't played the game yet. But this all takes place amongst the walls and compound of Area 69 based on the real life location of Area 51. Within the research laboratory there are many rooms and corridors that seem to bear resemblance to the structure used in Half-Life's Black Mesa research facility. And in the southeastern corner of the centre is a room that houses lots of desks, PCs and also a crowbar decorated in red, and is none other than one of Gordon Freeman's handy tools, or weapons in this case. Number 3. In '95, Sega AM3 and Sega AM4 unveiled the arcade machine of Manx TT Superbike, which thankfully was converted to the Sega Saturn in '97, bringing the high-powered Superbike action into our homes, allowing us to play out every corner, twist and turn of the legendary Isle of Man TT circuits in typical arcade and Saturn modes. It also concealed several terrific cheat codes to punch in, but the best of these is as follows. So on the main menu, enter the arcade, pick a course, then while resting on the transmission options, rapidly input up, down, left, right, Z and Y. This should initiate a sheep sound. If it has, then when the race starts you'll now be perched on a sheep, which I am assuming is in reference to the Isle of Man's Manx sheep, allowing us to take to the course in a fairly unusual and very comical way, while also listening to a remixed version of Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Passing the checkpoint!
Number 4. Day of the Tentacle, also known as Maniac Mansion 2, is one of my all-time favourite titles, simply for its excellent humour, colourful bright graphics, quirky characters, interesting locations, and there is enough to keep anyone entertained for hours while helping out friends Hoagie, Laverne and Bernard in trying to stop the evil purple tentacle from taking over the world. It's jam-packed, you could say, though if you are in ever need of some more action after the game has ended or during, then head up to the second floor of the present day house, then enter the door on your right where you can interact with Weird Ed Edison, a returning character from Maniac Mansion. And speaking of which, as by tapping on the computer to Bernard's left, you are able to play the full version of the original classic title. Number 5. There have been countless Easter eggs spread throughout the Call of Duty series, many developers over the years, but Activision have remained firmly in the driving seat. And it was in 2012 when Call of Duty Black Ops 2 released that carried an Easter egg which would honour some of Activision's earliest video game work created for the Atari 2600. So in order to see these, pop into the multiplayer option from the main menu. If you are using an Xbox 360 version like me, then you must use the Xbox Live mode, otherwise the egg won't turn up. For Wii U and PS3 owners, you may have to carry out the same procedure. Next, hop into Custom Games, Set Up Game and the DLC selection so you can plump for the map of Nuketown 2025. If you don't have this already, then you can download it for free. As soon as the map gets underway, go about the map shooting every single head off each mannequin that lurks within the gardens, both of the houses, at the swings, near the cars, at the vegetables and near the games area. If you manage to do this in under 2 minutes, then when you return to the centre of the map where a large TV operates stating the population of the players using this map, it should now display Activision's logo. Then walk up to the TV and press X, which allows us to play a variety of classic Atari games, including River Raid, Kaboom, Hero and Pitfall, which was celebrating its 30th anniversary in 2012. Number 6. As many of us know, GTA 5 is a treasure trove of hidden secrets and currently many mysteries, so it was fairly difficult to pick out a couple of my best loved for the list today. But first up, I decided to display an Easter egg that plays out much in the same way as Jolene Cranley Evans, the ghost whom appears and haunts Mount Gordo every night between the hours of 11 PM and midnight. I say plays out in a similar way as during the hours of 7 PM and 8 PM in the Chiliad Mountain State Wilderness Rayton Canyon region, perched near one of the cliff's edges, you can observe a convertible tornado and several police cars parked behind it in close proximity. By using a helicopter, if you get in close enough to the action, you'll be able to spot a policeman walking towards the tornado car and fire upon it, to which the convertible accelerates off the edge, hurtling and smashing below into the opposite rock face and exploding upon impact. This all took place in GTA 5 as a reference to the ending of the 91 film of Thelma and Louise. Number 7. During the very early stages of Gears of War 3, in fact Act 1, Chapter 1, you'll be dealing with several waves of enemies such as lambent drones and drudges, while also trying to raise the lift in order for Prescott to land his Raven helicopter, and once he has, he desires to show you a message. But once again, more waves of enemies attack, so quickly neutralise all of these, then instead of following the rest of your crew, locate the 4 tubes that lurk on deck, as by standing in front of them for a few seconds, Marcus will shout "Hello" down them.
Hello!
If you repeat this on all 4 of them and stand back on the last one, a chicken will pop out, and at this point you can either walk off, tread on it and it will turn into flour confetti, or you could unload several rounds of bullets upon it, where after a moment or two it will morph into a giant fire-breathing chicken. Number 8. Every so often we hear about Easter eggs that have long gone undiscovered, and Batman Arkham Asylum was home to one of these. But during the trailers for Arkham City, someone from the developers team must have hinted about this super secret, and thus it was discovered, as during the 7th mission of the game at the Arkham Mansion, and just after dealing with the Scarecrow for the 2nd time, and once you reach the Warden's office, head to the north wall of the 2nd room, then plant 3 explosive gels centrally on the wall and blow them up, to which it will unveil a secret room that is home to a scarab statues of the mayor, but most importantly, an overhead blueprint of the layout to Batman Arkham City, and which begs the question, how many other secret rooms and Easter eggs lay out there that are yet to be discovered? Number 9. Our ninth egg is now 23 years old, and I'm not entirely sure if many know about this secret, which is exactly why it is in my list. Plus, I'm positive it will stay with you for quite some time, which is all thanks to Core Design's 1992 platform game of Wolfchild that follows Saul, main protagonist, on a mission to seek revenge for the slaying of his mother, brother, and kidnapping of his father caused by Shimmerer terrorists. However, forget the story for now, as to unlock this undisclosed secret, all you need to do is rest on the main title screen, pop into the password selection and type in the following name: Mario. Upon entering the final letter of O, we are greeted with this small yet very humorous message. Number 10. This year's Easter Egg special concludes with another look into GTA 5, where for this you'll need a dinghy, which can be obtained from the port of Los Santos tied to the dockside, though for this you can also use a sub if you wish. Next, hop into your chosen vehicle, then make a heading to this exact location in the ocean directly east of the Sandy Shores Airport. After navigating to the area, dismount the dinghy, automatically activating the scuba gear, then dive down into the deep, dark ocean in search of this very hatch that houses a small window that illuminates for a short period. The hatch is, of course, a reference to the TV show Lost, but the Easter egg doesn't end there, as if you hang around for a while you will hear a series of taps coming from the door that stop after a while. Well, thanks to some awesome dedicated gamers in the GTA forums, they eventually cracked the knocking pattern to bring us the following message that reads, "Hey, you never call, how'd you fancy we go bowling?" Which refers to GTA 4's character of Roman Bellic, cousin of Nico Bellic, whom constantly calls to carry out friend engagement activities, including bowling, throughout the entire game.